Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday afternoon, Friday evening for some of you on the East Coast. And so I know that there might be a lot going on, and maybe you're not watching this live, and that's okay. If you are watching it live, welcome. And I'm so glad you guys are in this challenge, and I hope that you're learning a lot so far. We've already talked about how 90-10 started, and we talked about how ingredients matter so much. We did our little quiz. We talked about how the 90-10 system works and the tiers and showed you all that. And then we talked about recipes and where to find recipes. Heidi did a little scavenger hunt game and asked you to find some recipes on the website. If you haven't done that stuff, go check that out. I'm going to put this video on our YouTube channel. There's a link to the YouTube channel in the files section of this group, so you can always catch up on all the stuff that we're doing. This video right here is very important because it's your first big challenge, basically. And so what I'm challenging you to do is make yourself a meal plan for next week. So whether you're doing the 100% green option or the test mode option or the regular 90-10 option, what you want to do is make a meal plan that fits into that category, however you're doing it. So if you're making a 100% green tier option, you need to pick recipes that have all green tier ingredients. If you're doing the test mode option, you need to stay away from the grains and stay away from the dairy in any of the recipes. If you're doing the regular 90-10, you can pretty much pick any 90-10 recipe or other recipes outside of 90-10, which we talked about in the last video, okay? But what I want to show you on this video is how to make your meal plan with the meal planner that is in our website, because it makes things so much easier. And when you see how the shopping list generator works, you're going to definitely want to use this. Now, does that mean that you have to use the 90-10 meal planner on the website? No, not necessarily. You could totally write down your plan on a piece of paper, and you can make yourself a piece of paper shopping list if you wanted to and just handwrite it all. But I want to show you this because I think you're going to love it. And what I would say is, if you're like, oh, I kind of like paper better, give this a try at least once, okay? And if you still hate that and you like paper, go for it, okay? So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see like I normally do. Oh, and there's me, and that's awesome. I always love to see myself. Okay, so meal planner. On the 90-10 website, if you're logged in, you can see right up here that I am logged in because it says log out instead of log in. You can go to this Clean Plate Club thing here and click on Meal Planner. Or on the dashboard, which is where it takes you when you log in, it goes right to the dashboard. There's also an icon, a button on there on that dashboard that says Meal Planner on it. Okay, so a couple ways to get there. I just got there by clicking right here after I logged in, and here I am at the Meal Planner. Now, what this is like a drag and drop interface where you can put all your stuff on here. It should default for you with breakfast, lunch, and dinner as your courses, and these white spaces in between is where you're going to put your meals. You could add additional courses, and you'll see there's snack as an additional course on our weekly meal plans, which I'll show you in a second. But so I just added snack, and then I can use these buttons over here to change it so that it's breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, or if I want snack to be in the morning, or if I wanted to have 2 snack courses, I could do that. So I have a snack before lunch, a snack after lunch. Now I've got breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, right? You can do whatever you want. Put in the courses that you want that fit with you. You could name them meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for all I care. It doesn't really matter. You just make what you want here. And then what you're going to want to do is start adding recipes. Okay, so if you've gone through the recipe database and found a few that you already want, like I heard somebody was talking about, let's see, what were they talking about? Oh, very berry muffins. Somebody said they already had that on their list of things that they were going to do. So if you click on this drop down, you can type in, I'm just going to type in very, and look right there, very berry muffins. It's going to drop this little box down. When I click it out of there, it drops the box down, and then I'm going to grab it and move it to where I want. So let's say, okay, Monday, I'm going to have these very berry muffins, right? And maybe it makes enough, this is a cool feature, if it makes enough that that's not the only time you're going to have it, like it says it serves 4, and maybe you're just one person, so that's 4 times that you could eat that. You can just click add as leftovers, which means it won't add the ingredients to your shopping list again, and just grab it and drag it on here as leftovers 3 more times. So now it's on your meal plan 4 times, but only 1 time is actually adding to the shopping list because you only need to make it once. The other times you're just eating what you already made the first time, right? Okay, so that's the way that you add recipes to the meal planner, is right out of this drop down box. I could type in anything I want in there and find whatever recipes I want. Okay. Now there's another couple of ways to add things to the meal planner. First of all, if you're on a recipe search page, maybe you don't know the name of the recipe that you want, and you want to search by recipe type or by courses or by cuisines and just browse around, or maybe you want to search by ingredients and find something to use up some of the ingredients you already have, and you find a recipe here. You don't have to find the recipe necessarily and then go back to the meal planner and type in the thing. You can use this handy little add to meal plan plus icon here. You just hover over it, and then you can pick the day and the course that you want to add. Okay, so this add to meal plan button is another way to add things to your meal plan. Another way to do it is if you're on the actual recipe. So if I was to click on this twice baked cauliflower here to go to the recipe to actually see it, I've got it open in another tab here, right? Here's the twice baked cauliflower. That same add to meal plan button is right here. Okay, so you can add things to your meal plan that way. Now, back on the meal planner, another thing that you can do is, as I talked about with the recipes, you don't always have to have a recipe necessarily. Maybe for a snack or for lunch or something, maybe you're going to have a sandwich and there's no recipe in our database, and you don't want to necessarily add a recipe to the database, which you can, by the way, and I'll show you that in a second. But there's this add ingredients thing here, right? So I could just build myself a sandwich by typing in bread. Oh, there's 100% whole grain bread. I could grab that and stick that here on lunch. If I click on the item, it brings it up down here, and I can actually change the quantity or the servings, right? So I could say I actually want 2 pieces of bread, 1 serving, 2 pieces of bread, because that's what a sandwich would be. And then I could put some peanut butter, natural peanut butter, throw that on here, and I essentially have a sandwich there, right? Like, you get the idea. Like, you can build stuff with the ingredients out of the ingredient drop-down box. Now, if you don't see, oh, by the way, you can also change the servings of a recipe. If you click on the recipe, it brings it up down here. Change the servings to whatever you want. It will actually change the ingredients for you, okay? Now, if you don't see something in our recipe database, or you have your own recipe that you'd like to be able to put on your meal plan and actually get it into the shopping list and have it on your meal plan, you can totally add your own items. There's this button right here. It says add your own items. It's going to bring up a page that looks like this, that has a full thing where you can put the recipe title. That's the only thing that's really required, is the recipe title. You can put the number of servings, you can put all the ingredients in it, you can put all the instructions in it and everything, and submit it, and it will end up in this drop-down box right here for you to be able to add your own items, okay? And you can also edit your own items, all the items that you put in, okay? Let's see, what else do I need to talk about? Oh, let's talk about creating a shopping list. So once you have your whole meal plan here, like you've got your very berry muffins for breakfast, and you've put snacks in here, and lunches in here, and dinners in here, and really for this challenge, the only thing I would say you should do is for sure have dinners on your meal plan. You don't have to plan out every snack and plan out every breakfast and every lunch if you don't want to. Obviously, you could certainly do that, okay? But make sure you've got all your dinners on there. When you have all your dinners on here and you know what you're going to eat for the whole week and you've got your meal plan ready to go, you can click Generate Shopping List, okay? And now it gives you a date range. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull all of the ingredients off of all the recipes in the date range that you pick. So you don't have to do, all 7 days. You could shop for 3 days. But let's just say, okay, I've got stuff on January 15, 16, 17, and 18. So I'm just going to pick 15 to 18 and then click OK. What it's going to do is any recipes I have in 15 through 18 January, it's going to pull the ingredients off of it, and it's going to put them right here. So it's got the bread, because I had 2 slices of bread. It's got eggs, egg whites, and yogurt, and unsalted butter, and almond flour. All this stuff is in the very berry muffin recipe, or else there should be peanut butter on here somewhere, right here, natural peanut butter, right? Okay, so it's got all your things here. Now, once it pulls this up, you're not stuck with it there, right? If you already know that you have salt, go over here to this little trash can here and just delete it. I already have salt. Oh, look, I already have some maple syrup. I already have peanut butter. Done, right? Want to add some other things? Add a group. Kids lunch stuff. We'll add, if I said add group, we'll add one of these gray group headings. Add an ingredient. Lara bars for the kids, right? They take those to school. I want 10 of them. You know, add an ingredient. I'm going to get some milk. 1 gallon. That wasn't on any of my recipes, but I still want to get it, right? I can move that up to dairy and eggs if I care. Just grab it and move it up there. This is all completely customizable. The edit thing will let you edit it. The little edit pen will let you edit it. The delete will let you delete it. Good to go. When you're ready, you can either print it and it'll print out on a sheet, you know, print it on your printer, or you can click save, which I think is probably the coolest part. And save will actually bring up a whole nother URL and the ability to actually email this list to yourself. So if you click on save, it'll pop up a whole new window and it'll have the ability to email it to yourself. And then you can pull it up on your phone in your email, click on the link, and your shopping list will be on your phone, and you can go through and click the things off as you go through the store. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's all I wanted to share about it. I'm going to check the Facebook page and see if anybody's asking any questions before I'm done. But your challenge for this weekend, basically we're not going to be doing a ton in the group this weekend. We'll just be answering questions about how to make your meal plan, ideas on recipes, any problems anybody has with the meal plan or anything, we'll be taking care of those. But your job this weekend is to make your meal plan for next week. Okay, let me check the Facebook page here real quick. See if we got any questions. Don't see any questions so far. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. And you guys, I hope you have a great weekend and get your meal plan done. And I'll talk